people approve the ballot question, which reduces the sales tax to 3%.
Right.
Will you ask the legislature to ignore that?
No.
Or you'll live with it?
No, I think it would be a calamity, but I will respect the will of the voters. I'll tell you the reason I think it'll be a calamity is because property taxes will go up, tolls on the turnpike and fares on the commuter rail and the T will go up. The school building assistance program will go away, and services will go down. And I think that is the reason why all of the candidates have said that we oppose question 3. I'll also say the fiscal proposals of Charlie and Tim have exactly the same impact. So I'm not sure what it means to say, we oppose question 3, but we like doing causing the same result, but in a different way. I think it's the results that are the problem. And by the way, I think the time will come on the question of the sales tax. I think the time will come when the sales tax can go back to 5%. I don't think it should stay at 6.25%, even though it's competitive with other of our neighbors, not New Hampshire for the reasons you said. But I think that time will come, and we're getting the results of the growth we're talking about, that I was talking about earlier. September alone was $200 million over benchmark. So that's obviously trending in the right direction.
Governor, do you have, what about halfway through the experiment with Lawrence, seeing if the city can get its financial house in order with the help of $35 million in borrowing? How do you think that's going so far? Do you think the time's coming for a state control board, or are you satisfied with the progress the city's made?
I think it's too soon to say whether we need a state control board. I think this is the right step for right now. I think that Bob Nunes has been a real presence and partner with the city, and there's some very, very painful decisions and choices that Lawrence has to make, in the first instance. And so I'd say so far so good, but it's early days.
Governor, one of the hot button issues nationally and also locally is illegal immigration. When you came in, you rescinded an executive order allowing state police to work with immigration authorities. Charlie Patrick says he would reissue that order. He's also said that he differs from you on
whatever it is.
Whatever.
If I walked on water, he would criticize me for not being able to
specifically in-state tuition,
yeah.
Access to public benefits without verification of immigration status, and driver's licenses for illegal immigrants. What is your position on those exactly, and how do you defend those benefits for illegal immigrants?
Well, first of all, he's wrong about our difference on verifying immigration for benefit status. We have to verify immigration for most benefit status, and we have a whole host of rules in place that are screens to assure that only those who are eligible for benefits get them. Now, some public benefits under federal law go to people no matter what their immigration status is. If you have emergency medical needs, or if your health condition is a threat to the public health, if you have tuberculosis or something like that, you get treated. And that's under the Medicaid rules. Those are federal rules. But we don't actually differ on this. What we differ on is whether this is a real issue in terms of state services, or a serious issue or not. We have a host of rules in place. They are enforced. I have sent out reminders to enforce them. On the state police, my view is the state police, not my view, but the information is the state police have plenty to do enforcing state law without turning into an arm of ICE. We have a very good working relationship with ICE.
But if they have
people who are convicted of crime are all processed through ICE. The Secure Communities program that Boston has been piloting, or has had piloting, which is now available to the rest of the state, is also something that we will pursue. This goes to arrestees as distinct from convicted. And on the question of in-state tuition, I think it's a matter of fairness. I mean, we're talking about kids who were, they didn't sneak in. They were brought here by their parents. They've been in school here since they were kids. They only know Massachusetts. They only know the United States. We don't tell them they can't go to our public colleges and universities. We say they can go. If they can qualify to get in, we say they can go. But suddenly, at that point, we treat them as if they are really different from the kid who sat across the aisle from them in high school. And my view is, if at that point they qualify, they're ready to be admitted, and they are attempting to straighten out their, to correct their immigration status, why not treat them like the kid who sat across the aisle from them? I know other people have a different view about that. That's my view. Now, it's a purely hypothetical view right now because there's federal law that has to be changed if we were to do that. So we can talk about it all day, but that's where I am.
How about driver's license?
The same thing. I mean, that idea came from law enforcement. Folks who said, look, we want to know who's on the road. We want to know who's here. And we also want to know that they know what our rules of the road are. But we can't change that unless there's a change in federal law. So all of these things, I think,